Now I share my screen. So yesterday we have seen in HR management system travel, then reimbursement, then how you can give the expenses and how you can get the queries answered. Today is 17th. Same HR system, there is one big module. This is called performance appraisal. It is a very, very important module in HR management system. How do you know if there are 200 employees working in your company, who is working better, who is working efficiently, who is not working? Okay, this is done by an exercise called performance appraisal. It is not just manager alone says something and somebody says this guy is good. No, it is not based on that. There is a performance appraisal. The flow of the, again I repeat, the reason why we are teaching all these things is you need to know more domain or industry related functionality. Based on that only your knowledge will increase, and then only for these business software is developed. Every company will have a sales department, marketing department, customer support department, HR department, accounting department, project execution department. These are pretty standard across the industry. If you know the functionality, you will become a good tester or developer. That is why this is going on. Okay. Many people think coding is software. Coding is just 10% of the whole software. And nowadays there are a lot of tools that are coming for coding. It will help, it will reduce the code. Okay. So coding is only just 10% of the whole software. There are so many other things in software industry. Let us come to performance appraisal. Performance appraisal meaning first thing is get current skill sets and rating. Self-rating, it is called self-rating. So you need to say, if you are a programmer, you have to say, in Java programming, I am 8 out of 10. Then in Oracle, I am 7 out of 10. So you have to give a rating. Because company wants to know, performance appraisal is usually done either once in a year or twice a year. Most companies do once in a year. A lot of companies also do twice a year. This is a self-rating is called self-assessment, okay, in terms of your current capabilities. Because last May you would have got a performance appraisal. After that you would have learned some courses, you would have gained experience. Currently, where do you stand? If you are a tester, you may have to say Selenium, I am 7 out of 10. It's you giving the rating, you self-appraisal. Okay. I won't even self-appraisal, it's self-rating. So there is a skill matrix created. First thing is this. Second thing is appraisal calendar. HR will create an appraisal calendar saying that for the period 1st June 2022 to 31st May 2023, this is done. Appraisal will be done from, let us say, 1st June. Appraisal period is 1st June to June 2023 to 30th June 2023. Because all the managers must be ready, you should be ready for the whole year what work you have done. This is called annual review. Okay. The next step they will do is performance parameters. What are these performance parameters? On what basis I am going to judge you? Now let me ask you, The companies that are coming for campus interview, on what basis they judge you? What are all the parameters they judge you? Can you type it and then send it to me? A lot of companies come for campus interviews. On what basis they judge? What is the first point? Analytical reasoning or aptitude. That is one point. Second point, reading skills, then writing skills, then conversational skills, then technical knowledge, then potential. They will also judge your potential. So this is called interview parameters. Same way, performance parameters for the working people. It starts from personal, okay, competency, extracurricular, okay, or extra, any parameters. For example, personal punctuality, okay, competency, writing skills, communication skills, programming, testing, database, OS competency, right? Presentation competency, project tracking competency, extra, right? Any culturals you organize, and then anything you train others, help others, then you are part of NGO. Some companies will have volunteers. So they will first define the parameters. Parameters may be any number. It may be 5, 10, 15, 20. Then they will also say weightage, comma, weightage. Personal related, for example, punctuality, status reporting, okay, cleanliness. This is also a matter. So now they'll say personal, it will have, let us say, 15% weightage. Competency, they'll say 60% weightage. Extra 25% weightage. Within this punctuality, what is the weightage? What is the weightage? What is the weightage of all these things? They will assign weightage. Then they will also have rating scale, 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, whatever. They will refine the scale. 1 means what? 10 means what? Because just like that, 1 to 10, if you give, everybody will say 8. Nobody will give 10. 9 also, it is slightly difficult. Maximum you will see 7 and 8. People also hesitant to give 3 or 4 to people. But that guy may be having a real competency issue. You may have to give just 1 or even 0. 1 means what? 2 means what? They will define. Define the criteria for each number. Otherwise, a lot of problems will arise. Once they define the performance parameters and rating scale, publish self-appraisal form. In the self-appraisal form, you rate yourself on these parameters. Then you give marks to yourself. You need to assess yourself. Okay. When you say in programming, how much knowledge I have, in database, how much knowledge I have, you have to first first understand you. It is basically a self-awareness. Just like that, you cannot put 9999 and everything. Because your project manager knows what is your delivery capability. Your project manager very well knows how exactly you communicate. Whether you know exactly about yourself or you are having a superiority complex or an inferiority complex, it will come out of this. There is a self appraisal form. They will give date within 1st May, June, and 10th June. Finish your self appraisal form. Okay. Then manager rating against for each parameters. Manager will rate you. You think that you are 10 in database, your manager may think that you are only 7. Sometimes you may think you are 6 in operating system principles, your manager may say you are having 8 in management principles. Okay. Then for another 5 or 10 days, they will rate. There will be this rating, he will not independently or she will not independent rate along with you. When they put the mark against each of the topic, you and your manager, reporting manager or reporting lead will sit together. Okay, you have mentioned this. I am giving you this rating. You may say no, 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 no. Or you may agree. Or you may be surprised. You may fight with your manager at that time. No, no, I did on that day, I did this, on that day, I did this. You didn't recognize me. You always think I am not a performer. You have a grudge on me. Everything will come out. Let it come out. If you put inside, that's a problem. Instead, it comes out, it is good. Right? So, there is a manager rating that happens for each of the appraisal point. Dispute may come. You may go along with your project manager and the lead who is monitoring you. Suppose your lead says, sir, yeah, I forgot to mention that this guy is doing like this, so you may have to revisit your rating. Or lead will also say, what manager says is correct, guy, you are thinking too much about yourself. Okay. Now, honestly, I am asking you a question. I am going to put a poll. I am going to create a new poll. Okay. Oh, sorry. I am not in a, it doesn't allow me to add a poll. Okay. Now, in Q&A, each one of you, there are about 20 IDs attending this. Each one of you, scale is 1 to 10. 1 is very low, 10 is the highest. In database Postgres, what is your rating? Okay. What is your competency rating? Oh, I stand at 6, I stand at 8, whatever. Based on whatever you have listened in the last 6 weeks or 7 weeks, 6 weeks basically. Today, I think it's a 7th week. In operating system, in Postgres database, what do you think that you can, how many marks you can give it to yourself? Type it in the Q&A chat. How many marks you can give it to yourself in database, Postgres database? Please type. Let us see. I will wait. I'm waiting. You type it in Q&A chat. Somebody said 7. Okay. Sri Hari gave 7. What about the others? How many marks you think that you can score in database currently? Bharanidharan says 6. Right, fine. Imagine I give 20 such parameters: operating system, Selenium, Postgres, reading, writing, status reporting, punctuality, 20 different parameters. I will ask you to give marks to yourself. This is called self-rating. Now, based on our MCQ, I can also find out how many marks you really scored, 60% or more. I can find out from the MCQ. That is also possible. This is exactly companies operate, correct? So making one to understand about himself or herself is the first exercise in performance appraisal. Second thing is manager will rate you. How many mistakes, bugs happened in your program? How many bugs you found if you are a tester? How quickly you are able to answer the questions asked by the customer? Everything they will measure. Then what happens? There is something called normalization. Why? Manager A may be strict. Manager B may be, I would say, uh, easy going. Okay. Getting a 7 from manager A is equal to getting 9 from manager B, because manager B always gives 2 marks extra. Probably you might have noticed in your colleges also, in your schools also. Some teachers will be very conjuice in their marks. You are expecting 3.5, man, the teacher will give only 2. Especially Tamil teacher will never give marks in my school. I think 3.5 for a 5-mark question itself is big thing, unless you have written very good, extremely good. So what will be the problem? If 2 different managers give in 2 different ways, then always people working with manager B will get more score in the performance appraisal. So that means a 90 with this manager is equal to 70 with this manager. HR will do this normalization, will make this level playing field. Otherwise, people working with the lenient manager, I think the word lenient is better for easy going. Okay. A lenient manager will give 9, a strict manager will give 6.5 or 7. So HR will do an analysis based on manager A has given ratings for 20 people. This is the average rating. This is how they give. Manager B has given ratings for these 40 people. This is the average. How do we map this? Bring all of them into level playing field. Okay. Along with this, they will also do goal setting for next year. So whenever I'm giving, for example, to a person, hey, you scored overall 7 in the performance appraisal, the goal for you to learn one big data tool in the next whole year. For another guy, I will say, you are good in everything, but your presentation skills are bad. Next to 1 year, I want you to do at least 25 presentations. So goal setting will be done by the manager to you to improve skills. After goal setting happens, then results publish. HR will publish the results. Yeah, you have got this many, your self rating is this, your manager rating is this, final rating is this. They will do that. And then they will say, they will also categorize super performers, good performers, in line with expectation. Okay, you are given a work and you did good, no issues. Okay, Okay performers, improvement required. And bad performers or poor performers. Typically, HR will categorize super performers, good performers, okay performers, and poor performers. Some companies may take a decision to fire these poor performers also. Okay.
Download.
So there is a performance appraisal after the results are published. Some companies always do this, check out these poor performers. Typically, super performers may be 2 to 5%. Poor performers may also be 2 to 5%. Rest, barring these 10%, remaining 90% distributed across this only. Everybody cannot be super performer. Everybody cannot be poor performer. Otherwise, the organization will be a problem. We'll have a problem. Okay. Now, I don't want to name the companies. Is this process clear? Is the performance appraisal process clear? What exactly happens in HR? If so, please give a reaction or raise your hand. This is how every company does every year. Larger the company, more normalization to happen, because for manager, let us take TCS. TCS has got offices all over the world. A manager in Japan will give in one rating, a manager in America will give another rating, a manager in India will give another rating. It cannot be one and the same. It cannot be consistent also. Okay. Is the process clear? If so, please raise your hand or give a reaction. Waiting. No answer so far. Is it clear or not? If it is not clear, please raise your hand. Let us see. If it is clear, give a reaction. If it is not clear, raise your hand. Okay, good. At least one reaction came. Very good. Now, based on this, what is the next level? Okay, before that, I was working in a company in 2001 from one of the world's topmost company. It was the client. A senior person came. They were giving projects to us. The senior person from the client, again, that company is worldwide. If you give the name, tell the name, people will recognize that kind of a company. He asked us, how many people you fire every day, every week, sorry, every year? How many people you fire every year? He didn't ask how many people you hire. He asked how many people you fire every year. People from the company where I worked, they said, no, we don't fire at all. Thinking that firing is a big problem. Okay. No, he said, first learn that poor people will drag you. When I say poor, not financially poor, poor performers, they drag others. They suck energy from others. You relieve them. They will find their place. It's not that they have got experience with you. They will find a place. Poor people enrich good performers. Make sure you get rid of at least 1 to 2% of poor performers in your company. Most of the American companies do that. Most of the Western companies do that because it is not that they will not get a job. They will get a job, but you are putting them in either they came into a wrong place or you are putting them in the wrong place and they are not able to perform. Various reasons, whatever be the reason. Guys, remember Nanban movie. This world is a race. Okay. Competition is fierce. But everything can be done with the hard work. Everything can be beaten up with interest and hard work. That is the only way. Today you may be poor performer. Next time you may be a good performer. Only thing is you have to show that guts. So performance appraisal will stop here. Then new compensation or package based on the performance, HR and finance account team will decide. Should I give 5% increase to this guy? Should I give 20% increase to this guy? Should I give 8% increase to this guy? Super performers, what is the increase? Good performers, what is the increase? Okay performers, what is the increase? So they will define a new compensation, basic pay, HRA, travel, right? Food, etc. etc. They will redefine your package and then they will give. So this is how the entire HR performance appraisal process goes. Did we learn something new today? If so, please give a reaction.